Well, hello everybody and happy Thursday. It is Thursday, November 20th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Lisa Freeman coming to you live from stampingwithlisa.com. And I see some of you guys remembered I was going to be on tonight. We're missing a few of the regulars, so hopefully they'll get on here in just a minute. How's everybody doing today? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It was a pajama day for me, so I just hung around the house and didn't really do much except stamping. I sat at my stamp table for, most of the day, and that was about it. I laid in bed a lot this morning. It was just one of those days, lazy day. So, this card is actually, I'm getting all this junk. I got like lint and stuff on my desk. This card was actually sent to me by Sherry Niebauer, and I showed it the other day. So this was the card that she sent. So I pretty much copied it. I did change a couple little things, but she sent me this beautiful card, and I loved it. And she sent my mother this card, which I also loved. So it's in two different colors, but they're basically the same, just the colors were different. So I changed a couple little things, but it's basically her idea totally, and I loved it, so I decided to copy it. So let me show you how to do it, and what you need. So this is the stamps that we'll be using, Artistic Leaves, and it's a two-step stamp, and really pretty. We're going to be using these two leaves and these two. And then the words are from here. We're using the, let's see, thank you for everything. We're also using this one, which I've never used before. Usually I use this little doodad right here, but I decided since it's kind of a falling leaves that this would kind of look like wind over here. So I made that little squiggly down the edge. So I liked that. And the nice thing about this, you get to see both sides of the designer paper. So you can see the front and the back. And I did cut it down. Hers was 4 inches across. So this part was a little bit thinner, and her paper went like to here. I decided to do it at 3 inches, so that way I get 8 out of 1 sheet of designer paper. So I did change the measurement on that. So those are the 2 stamp sets that you need. If you don't have this one, you could just use something else for that squiggly line, but you do need the leaf one pretty much, or it's not going to work. So we did find out yesterday what exactly is going to be on sale. Oh, let me say hello to everybody. I forgot. Hey, Tink Bella. Hey, Myra. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Tony. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Amy. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Artist Vicky. Let me see. Hey, Sherry. We're doing your card today. Let me see. Is that Artist Vicky? Is that you, Vicky Kemp, and you changed your name? Or I can't see the picture big enough, but I think that's Vicky Kemp. Let's see. Hey, Sally. Hey, Connie. Hey, Diana. Hey, Tootsie Bell. Hey, Regina. Hey, Hilda. Hey, Heather. Hey, Marva. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Madonna. Thanks, you guys. What is an ink bundle? Oh, okay. So let me tell you about this. Hey, Rita. Let me see. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Lori. Hey, I don't know how to say that. Damit. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Okay, so 40% off Stampin' Blends. So you know what that is, the alcohol markers, which is a fantastic deal. They never, ever have been on sale, ever. Like, they're $11 for 2. So that's going to be 40% off. The paper trimmer and the blades, the ink bundles. So that means if, the ink pads, the ink bundles are the packs of 10. So, or if it's the in colors, I think they're a pack of 5. So it's going to be the bundles, not the individual ink pads, I guess. So I guess you got to get the whole bundle, which is 10 ink pads, unless it's the in colors, and then it's just the 5. 25% off select adhesives. So it doesn't say all adhesives, so I'm guessing there's going to be a couple that are not included. And 15% off select cardstock. So I'm not sure what that means. I'm guessing that means pretty much all the cardstock except for maybe, I don't know, maybe the multi-packs or something, you know, like the ones that have 2 sheets of every color. Maybe they're not included or something. I don't know. I have no idea. This is the only thing they told us, so I'm just going by what they said. So this is what's on sale. So the stamp sets and dies and designer paper and all that stuff is not on here. So if you want to get that now, I'd go ahead and get it and not wait. And then the best thing to do is, if you want any of these things, put them in your cart on Monday night, because the sale starts Tuesday. And then as soon as you wake up, just go ahead and see what went on sale, and then you can place your order, and you don't have to do it. That's what I always do if it's something like this. Because I know I'm going to order some cardstock and some adhesive. I pretty much have all the Stampin' blends, so, and I have multiples of most of them. I don't need a paper trimmer, and I've got all the ink pads too, but if it was individual ink pads, I'd probably buy a couple more, but I already have like 2 of all of them, so I don't need any more ink pads. But I definitely am going to buy some cardstock and adhesive, because that's a good deal. Especially that green glue. I'm getting kind of low on that. So here is another card that I made a while back and did a video of that one. So if you like that one, check it out. This is back when we had that text stamp, which I really miss, and the sunflower embossing folder. I love this card. I think that's such a pretty card. And I made that one probably, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago when it first came out. So check that one out. Also, don't forget the card kit. So if you place your order by the end of the month, you'll get this card kit in the mail from me for free, plus an additional card that I just pick at random. And you'll get that for free with your $100 or more order. So that's a little gift from me. And let me see what else. I think that's it. Let me see if you got any questions before we get started. Do I know what time? It goes live at midnight Mountain Time. So that's 2 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. And I don't know if you're located somewhere else, but it's midnight Mountain Time, because that's where Stampin' Up! Is, in Utah. So, see, I get my green glue at Stampin' Up! Because I get a discount. So it ends up being usually cheaper than Amazon. And I want it to go towards my sales, because that just makes me go to the next level of stuff. So I try to buy everything from Stampin' Up! Okay, so let's get started. So we are going to make 2 cards today, because I need an extra one. I'm doing this card tomorrow at my upline Melissa's house. We're getting together for our monthly craft morning. So I'm doing this card. So the first part is this. It's 5.5 by 5 3/4. So it's almost square, but not quite. So it's 5.5 this way, 5 3/4 across, and I scored it at 4 1/4 on the longer side. The easiest thing to do is score it first. Take your whole sheet of paper and just score the whole thing right down the middle, long ways, and then cut it at 5 3/4, and then turn it, cut it at 5.5. So that's what I did. So you need 2 of those, because you're making 2. Then you need 2 white pieces for the inside, 5 1/4 by 4. And 2 pieces of the designer paper, 5.5 by 3. And like I said, I made mine a little bit skinnier than sherry, so I used 3 inches instead of 4 inches. And then for our squares, 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 Cajun Craze, and 2.5 by 2.5 white. And then I've got these little strips on the inside that I had left over that are 5 1/4 by 1/2. And you also need a scrap of white. I didn't put that down, but just a scrap of white to, you're going to have to stamp your leaves and then cut them out. And I already cut out one set, but we're going to do another set. So you just need a scrap for that. So I did one ahead of time so it wouldn't take so long. What is green glue? Cindy, this is the green glue, the multi liquid glue. I just call it green glue because it's in a green thing. So everybody knows. Do I go in my PJs? I'm in my PJs now. I just took a shower. Are you talking to me or somebody else? So yesterday was a fun day. Everybody got a screenshot of that so I can take these off. So I spent the day with my mother and we finally got her teeth. So we've had to go 4 times to get her dentures, but I have a feeling we're going to be going back because, I don't know, she hasn't been wearing teeth for like 5 years because her old ones got too big and they were flopping around because she just doesn't have enough bone left in her mouth. So she hasn't been wearing dentures in years, and she kept saying she wanted to go to the dentist, but she never like did it. So finally I'm like, let's go and get your teeth. So we finally did. All right, so first thing we're going to do is stamp these. And I'm going to start with Cajun Craze. Actually, I probably should just like, well, no, we don't want to glue anything yet because we need to do this piece right here. So let me grab my scrap paper. So we went early. We got our hair cut first. And both of us, now my mother's hair had gotten pretty long, so she got a ton cut off. I just got a trim, but it's still pretty short. Shorter than I usually have it. We're starting with Cajun Craze. And we're going to do the little squiggly first. So I'm just going to go down this. Oops, I'm going to stamp off because I don't want it really dark. So we're just going to go down this right here. And I'm going to turn it back and forth so it doesn't look like it's too symmetrical. I want it to kind of look like it's just wind blowing or something. Okay, so there's that. That one came out a little bit darker than I wanted it, but that's all right. All right, and then we're going to do this one. I wonder if I just go straight down and what it'll look like. That looks all right. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. All right, so just go ahead and do that 3 times, and that comes out pretty good, actually. So there we go. And then we're going to, let's see. What else do we need to stamp in that color? The leaves. Okay, so let me get my scrap paper. And I already did 1 set, so we only have to do 1 set of this. And you know what? I think I'm going to do the green part first. Whoops! I just dropped one. Hold on. It rolled across the room. Oh. Okay. Here we go. I like that your mom wears cute headbands. I know. Now her headbands, well, I bought her the headbands with the little rhinestones, so she looks like a little princess. And everybody always comments on it, how cute it is, but now her hair's really short, so I don't know if she's going to wear it, but... All right, so the outline of this one goes in the green. This is Mossy Meadow. So I'm going to stamp this one first. And for the little flowers, I stamped the Cajun Craze first. I think I need to re-ink this. There we go. All right, so there's the outline. And then we're going to, these look so much alike, it's hard to tell. All right, so this is the inside of the leaf, and it's more solid. So we're going to use Cajun Craze for that one. I hate having two ink pads open. That always makes me nervous. All right, so we're going to go right on the middle of this. So I'm going to try and get right on top and line it up. If you hold it right over top of it, it's pretty easy to do. But if we go out of the lines, it's not a big deal. Okay, I went out of the lines a little bit. I could tell right when I put it down. Okay, there we go. All right, so then we are going to do our inside of our leaf. And this is just like a squiggly line. And again, it doesn't matter. We're going to cut it out. So it doesn't matter if it's a little bit crooked. Oh, that one's really crooked. That's okay. All right, then I'm going to sponge it. So we're going to sponge it with, I think we're done with green. No, we're not. I got to use the green for the words. We're going to sponge it with yellow. This is crushed curry. All right, so we're going to put a bunch of yellow on here. Now, Sherry, I think, did sponge daubers on hers because she had like 3 colors that were like these 3 colors, but they were all very distinct. So I think she actually took hers and did sponge daubers on here with different colors, I think. I'm not sure, but Sherry's watching so she could tell us. But I'm just adding yellow to the top. So now you have all 3 colors in there. All right, so then we are going to stamp our words, and the words are going to go in green. Oh, you know what? I forgot to get some scrap paper. Hold on. Let's flip that over. All right, we're going to do scrap paper here. So the words are in green. And I think I can fit one over here too. Let's see. All right, I've got this punch, which is the sign design punch. Let's see. Oh man, I got ink on my fingers somehow. Well, let's flip that one over. Let me punch this one and then I'll do it over top over the other one. Okay, so this one will go right there, and then I'm going to turn this over and do the other one because I got ink on it. You know what? I don't know if that's going to fit. It might not fit. I might have to get another piece. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, hold on. Let me grab a piece of scrap paper. Okay, so we're going to do it here. I like this punch, and you can make it smaller if you wanted to, you know, just by doing that trick that I showed you guys. And I do want to sponge a little bit of yellow on this too. So I'm going to take my crushed curry and just add a little bit of yellow. Probably should have done that before I punched it out. would have been easier. And then I wouldn't get my fingers all yellow. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit of sprinkles in the Cajun Craze. So we're done with the green. Now it's Mossy Meadow. So we have Mossy Meadow, Crushed Curry, and Cajun Craze. So this little sprinkle is also in that stamp set. So I'm just going to put a couple little sprinkles on there. And also on the white piece here. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to stamp the inside of the card. Oh, let's go back. Hold on. I gotta stamp the inside of the card. I'm just gonna do the little leaves on here. How could I forget that? Okay, so that was Cajun Craze first. And I did 2. Oh, can you hear my stomach growling? I don't know why I've been hungry all day. It's like one of those days where you're just like starving all day. Okay, and then the green. Now this one I really need to try and get inside the line. Close enough. Whoops. Okay. There we go. And then I'm going to sponge a little bit of yellow with that crushed curry. And, oops. I was going to do some sprinkles. Oh, I forgot to do that one. I tell you what, like my head's not on straight today, is it? I'm forgetting everything. It does almost seem like this is too long because I'm getting it straight on one side and it's like not straight on the other. Okay, and then whoops. Okay. That's what I get for having 2 ink pads open. Dang. I need to spank Lisa today instead of spanking Stella. Because Lisa's screwing up everything. All right, I think we're done stamping. All right, so now we're just going to put it all together. And we got to cut this out. So the little ones are easy. The big one takes a minute. So remember, just keep your cutting hand still and turn the paper as you're going. And that makes it much easier. So it really doesn't matter if you go out of the lines a little bit since you're cutting it out. Let me see what you're saying. You like the yellow over the top. Oh, thank you. Hello, Joan from Minnesota. Steamed Brussels sprouts. Ugh. That's one of my foods I can't eat. You know, like when you're a kid and your parents like make you eat something and then you're like scarred for life and you can never eat it again because it was like one of those foods that was so gross. Brussels sprouts and canned peas are my 2 things I can never eat. Because I remember having to sit at the table for hours because I refused to eat them. And that was my punishment, like sitting there until bedtime. And I was like, I just can't do it. And to this day, I still can't eat a Brussels sprout. And now regular peas, like frozen peas, I love, but I cannot eat a canned pea to save my life. So yesterday, oh, we got her teeth. I'm going to do it this way. So whenever you have something that's like a V shape like this, it's usually easier to come in from the other side. So I'm going to do like the right side and then come back in from the left side. So we go get her teeth. She puts them in. Now, when she was getting them the first time and they had the wax one, she didn't like them. She said they were too small. So she wanted them to change them and make them bigger. So they did. I mean, just a smidge bigger, but, you know, her mouth got smaller. So I think they're a little too big now. And now she doesn't like that. She's like, I think they did too much. And I said, well, you asked them to make them bigger, even though the doctor told you like 10 times that it would look a little weird because your mouth's gotten smaller. And you kept arguing. So she did what you asked. But she's just going to have to get used to them. And she doesn't have a lot of bone left to hold them in. So she got a lot of adhesive. But when we walked back into the nursing home, everybody, there's like about 6 or 7 of them sitting in the foyer. And they all were like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then the nurses and the CNAs, they were all like, Miss Millie, you look so good. And so she was like all excited when, you know, everybody saw her hair and her teeth. So that made her feel good. But it does look totally different. I'll do a video next time I go over there. But I was trying to hurry up and get home because it was late and the traffic was going to start getting bad. So I just kind of dropped her off and left. Okay, so here we go. So there's that one. Let's get rid of all this trash and put it together. All right, so this part is just going to go right on the inside. Actually, let's go ahead and put this down first. So these were just strips that were left over, so I'm just going to glue that down. Oops. And this paper, I don't know if it really has a right direction because the leaves kind of go all different direction. They're like, that one's going upside down. That one's going this way. That one's going that way. They're all different directions. So it probably goes that way, but I don't think it matters. Got glue on my fingers. Okay, and then I'll put that one on the inside. But my mother's channel, her YouTube channel, she's getting more views than I am. The one I put yesterday, the joke, she got 8,000 views already. And then the one I put a couple days ago, she got 12,000 views. And I'm like, dang, that's way more than I get. Now this one, we're going to put on top. So it's got to line up right with the edge here. So we're just going to put a teeny bit of glue right down the edge. Like just a smidge. And then put that on and line it up with the edge of our back piece. And there we go. Okay, so there's our front. And then we're going to do this one. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lori. This is really Sherry's card that she gave me the idea for. Everything's sticking to my fingers now because I got glue. Oh, no. put that right down the edge. I have some Thanksgiving jokes for you guys today that are really cute. They're G-rated. G-rated so everybody can watch. I just finished watching Lazarus, which is, if any of you guys like Harlan Coben, it's his latest series on Amazon. No, Netflix. Was it Amazon? Yeah, it was on Amazon, I think. I think most of them were Netflix, but this one was, I'm pretty sure it was Amazon. Oops. And it was really good, except I did not like the ending at all. I'm not going to tell you about it, but it was, that's just a teensy bit over. But it was really good. I think it was like 6 episodes, and I just did not like the ending. I was like, no, this can't be the ending. I thought there was going to be another episode, and then it just ended, and I'm like, ah, I hate that. So it kind of like left a bunch of unanswered questions. Now that came out crooked. So either I cut that crooked or that one's better. I think I need to trim this other one. Okay. Maybe I'll trim both of them by hand. Oops. I think I should have just not done a video today. I better do this with paper cutter. Let me see. It's just too much on one side. That's not super straight either. We're just gonna wing this. You're not gonna see a lot of it anyway. But I cut crooked on that one. Good grief. Okay, that's better. All right. So if you guys ordered last time, like the beginning of the month, the kits went out Monday, and I sent the tutorial out right before this video. So hopefully you got that. All right, so now what we're gonna do is glue this down right in the middle. Like so. I should have put the wonky one. Let me do that. Put the wonky one this way. There we go. Now you won't see it so much. All right, and then do the same thing with this one. Okay, and then everything else is going to go on with dimensionals pretty much. The big leaves do, and one of the little leaves. So we'll have, uh-oh. Did I lose one? Oh, there it is. I'm losing stuff everywhere. All right, so let's get some dimensionals. You know, like shows that wrap up. I know. Hey, yeah, I never got my brownie either. Anybody make that? I just put my order together for Walmart, and I'm gonna get some. Oops, yeah, that goes there. So one of these dimensionals goes at the very top of that leaf. I ordered my stuff to make that trifle that I was talking about the other day. And I can't wait for that. I'm going to have to cut some little ones in here. I know I shouldn't order it because what's going to happen is I'll probably end up eating it all by myself, but I'll probably take some to my mother. And maybe my friend Brenda will come over. Oh, Jalen, you sent a brownie to Wendy. I didn't get one. I thought you were sending it to all of us. I love brownies. I love really all sweets, I think, in general, but especially ice cream. But I have cut out ice cream lately. I've been trying to be good, but then instead of ice cream, I look for, like today, I really wanted something sweet. And I was like searching all over the kitchen, trying to find something good. I ended up getting some Biscoff. I had some Biscoff cookies, so that's what I had. Okay, so this is going to go first. Isn't that sad when you're like searching your whole... I was going to be good, and I was going to just have like a couple slices of cheese or something. And I pulled out 2 different packs, and they both like had mold on them. And I'm like, dang it. I'm so mad. I think I put that too low. Let me lift it up just a little bit. A little bit higher. Usually I have hard-boiled eggs, but I ate all of them. Because that's usually pretty good, like, protein for you if you're hungry. I've been trying to just eat more protein and less sugar. So my mother wanted to go to Kentucky Fried Chicken yesterday again because we didn't get to go the other day. So we finally went over there, and so I'm kind of curving that a little bit. And we walk in, and there's only like 2 people in there. It's right at 12 o'clock. So you'd think at 12 o'clock, they would be totally ready for lunch, right? So we go up to order, and we both got like this 3-piece chicken strip. And the lady says, all we have is extra crispy. And I said, what? She's like, all we have is extra crispy. And I said, what do you mean? You don't have original? Because I don't like extra crispy. And my mother really doesn't like extra crispy. Because she's got, you know, no teeth. Well, she didn't have teeth before we went to lunch, when we went to lunch. And look how much more yellow that one is than this one. I need to add some more yellow. So I said, you got to be kidding me. I mean, that's like going to McDonald's and they don't have a fish fillet or, you know, I mean, they don't have a hamburger. I was just like, that's crazy to me that you can be out of half of your menu, basically. And I said, well, are you cooking some? She goes, no, we just don't have any today. And I'm like, does it come already like breaded or whatever, you know? She said, yeah. I said, okay. All right, so we're going to like tuck that right there. So I put a dimensional right there, and then I put glue right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Put a little bit of glue. So I was like, let's just go somewhere else, because Chick-fil-A was across the street. She's like, but I really want the coleslaw. And I was like, oh, okay. So we ate there. All right, this one I'm just going to slide under here with glue. Like that. So she finally got her coleslaw and chicken. There was nothing exciting about that lunch, that's for sure. Okay, so there's that. Then we've got a couple gems to put on. And I'm using these, which are Cajun Craze and Gold Dots. I found out my favorite ones that I use all the time, the, what are they called? The flats, you know, the ones that are petal pink and gold. And I've used them like on 50,000 things. They're finally sold out, so they're not available anymore. All right, so I'm going to put one here. One down there. And let's see. I'll put one there. And then same thing. Okay. And then I've got this gold bow. Now this is not available. And we do have this, which is gold and white. So I don't know how that would look. We could try it. I don't know. I just love this gold linen thread. I wish they would just bring it back because they need to. All right, I'm going to make one of each. So we'll put the white and gold on one and just the gold on the other one. In case you guys... Now, I bought like 10 rolls of it when it was going out because I loved it so much, and I've only got 2 rolls left. So I got to kind of be... That didn't look bad, actually. That looks pretty good. I like that. But there we go. Oh, that does look good. I like that. Okay, we'll just go ahead and... That's what it looks like with the gold. I do like the gold better, but let's do one of each. I do like that one though. So what I do is make 2 loops and have like the tails, and then I get that and I double it to make a double bow. And then you just always put your thumb on the knot on the middle and just kind of pull it back and forth till you get it the size you want. And then you just glue dot it on. And I'm just going to trim that. Okay. And then we're going to sneeze. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Woo, man. Woo, man. I just had a sneezing fit. Okay, so now we're going to spray it a little bit with some shimmer. Now, since this is just a really thin layer of designer paper, it's going to make it curl a little bit. But we're just going to hold it down until it dries. Oh, that didn't help my sneeze. Whew. Thank you, guys. Usually, sometimes I always sneeze at least 3 times in a row, but sometimes I'll sneeze like 10 or 15 times in a row. Thankfully, that wasn't that. Okay. So, if you hold it down while it's wet, then it'll not curl up like that. So, there you go. So, I kind of really do like the white with the gold thread. And then here's the original one. So thank you, Sherry, so much for giving me that idea so I could copy it. I think I'm going to start looking through some of the cards you guys have sent me and start making some more of those. Because that's really what takes me so long, is to come up with ideas. So if I could just use some you guys send me, that'll be good. All right, so I hope you liked that card. And it was really pretty easy. The hardest part is just cutting out the that leaf. because there are no dies with this one. So you just gotta cut it. All right. You always use green glue. Oh, really? I've never used green glue to attach my bows. Because then you would have to sit there and hold it forever. Oh, glue dots work great for me. Look. That thing's not coming off. Somebody said, though, I was watching somebody the other day, and she lives, I forget where, somewhere where it's really dry. And she said, in the wintertime, the glue dots don't stick. I can't remember who that was, but somebody said that. And I was like, I've never heard of that. Oh, yeah, don't forget to do thumbs up. Also, those of you guys that are subscribed, if you're not getting a notification when I go live, make sure you go back and check your subscription that you've clicked on the bell, because I know a lot of people have said that they're not getting notified. So that would be a YouTube thing, not a me thing. I don't have anything to do with that, but make sure you're checking that. All right, ready for some jokes? Let me pull the jokes up. Here we go. These are Thanksgiving jokes. So you could tell these at Thanksgiving dinner. So if you want to, just replay this part, and you can tell these jokes also. All right, the first one is, who isn't hungry at Thanksgiving dinner? The turkey, because he's already stuffed. What sound does a turkey's cell phone make? These would be so good for my mother. Wing, wing. Okay, hold on. My screen is spinning. What did the Thanksgiving turkey say to the Christmas ham? This one's kind of corny. Nice to meet you. M-E-A-T. Nice to meet you. What instrument does a turkey use in the band? This one's easy. The drumstick. And what is a turkey called on the day after Thanksgiving? Lucky. All right, so those are the jokes for today. I know they're corny. I'll have a better one for you next time. And it's time for card giveaway, so hang on a couple more minutes. Let's get some cards out here. All right, I have one that was not claimed. And I got a couple Christmas cards for you and a New Year's card. All right. Here we go. Sherry Johnson. Sherry Johnson. You get the first one. Next one is Myra Kerger. I pulled two out. Marva Dahoney. And last one, Anya from Germany. And I don't see her on here today. All right, so that is... Oh, you guys like those jokes. I'm so glad you liked them. All right, so we are done. Nice, cute, simple jokes. Yep. All right, so Marva's on here. Myra's on here. I don't see Sherry Johnson or Anya, so they'll have to check it out later. Oh, here's my email if you won. stampgirl2@cox.net, and here's the list for prayers and cards. We're down to 5 people now, which is a good thing. So please keep sending them cards or keep them in your prayers, especially Bill. I haven't heard from Bill. I'm going to have to message his sister again, see how he's doing. Wow, Jalen, your parents were married 77 years ago? Holy cow. And they're still alive, so they must be 90-something at least, 95 or older. That's awesome. That they're both still alive, too? Great. Okay, so I'll be back Saturday morning Plus dated for 5 years. Oh, your mom passed away and your dad's 98. Oh, dang, that's a long time though. Holy cow. That's awesome. That'd be awesome if they were both still alive too. All right, guys, I'll see you back on Saturday morning. Take care, everybody, and hopefully you guys will be here Saturday or bright and early for my video. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but it'll be something exciting. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.